Welcome to this special edition of the Ultimate Combat Experience, UCE Junior. Well, what does that mean?
UCE Junior means all ages. Anybody 18 and up can compete, and anybody, any age, can come and watch.
Okay, normally on a week-to-week basis, we fight in nightclubs, so the youngsters don't get a chance to get in here and slug it out too often. Well, this is their big chance. Every other month or so, we're doing this thing. But tonight, we're holding it right here at the Ultimate Combat Training Center, and as the crowd starts to shuffle in, it's a pretty lively-looking bunch.
I'm not going to lie. I'm really surprised at the turnout here tonight, Mike. This is outstanding.
And I'll tell you, they're always a lot of fun because these youngsters really get into it. Lorenzo, Herrera, and Jorge Molina in your main event, though, that's a fight that I've been looking forward to for all week long.
Oh, yeah, man. The gangster, that guy, he is tough. I don't even care who he's fighting. I just love watching the guy fight.
All right, man. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience, UCE Junior at the Ultimate Combat Training Center, coming right at you.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Ultimate Combat Experience starts now.
Warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight.
In your flyweight division, do you know what the flyweight division means? They're as big as a fly. Who are these guys?
Oh, we got Mikey Mike Phetvixay.
What?
Mikey Mike Phetvixay. He's a little Thai kid. He's coming in here. He's fighting against a guy that trains at the same gym as him.
Josh Delmark, and he's a little teeny tiny guy as well. And I'm going to tell you right now, strap yourselves in. This is going to be a good one. Check it out. Wow, mullet tuck tie real good.
Well, I do eat at Thai Spice a lot. It's good food.
Well, it's paid off, and a little loving for the hand assassin, Josh Delmark, as he steps into the cage there. He doesn't even know that girl's amazing thing.
Nice. Yeah, Josh Delmark, 5'4", 125 pounds.
That's not a typo. He's 5'4".
He's a little guy,
but still getting loving on his way to the cage. Man, he must wear some good cologne.
Nice. And he's going up against another little guy, the little dragon, Mikey Mike Phetvixay.
I really like this kid, man. He just kind of showed up a little while ago, last month or so, and he's just a likable kid.
Well, yeah, and from what he was saying to me before the fight, he's a wrestler. He used to wrestle a lot in high school.
He's
also,
also,
I'd like to see how the Thai wrestler fights against the white Thai fighter.
Okay.
So.
Well, you see there are both those guys giving up a lot of reach disadvantage to Dave Selyusted, who is undoubtedly going to hit one of these guys before the fight's over.
Yeah, he's either going to get a tackle or a big, left slap in.
All right, here a little bit of a measured approach to start the fight off. You see that the strategy here by Delmark is to work some stand-up, work some leg kicks, and follow up some punches. And so far, doing pretty good. Pinpoint accuracy right there with that left hook. He landed it right on the... Whoa!
Oh, Phetvixay.
Yeah, old Delmark
Nice.
got counterpunched there and knocked on his butt almost.
They're doing a good job of exchanging little leg kicks, kind of measuring each other out like you were saying earlier.
Interesting to note that both these guys are really kind of reputed wrestlers, and you're seeing some stand-up here from both of them. Usually when they fight, they're giving up some height. So right now they're fighting a guy their own size. They said, oh, let's just stand and trade. Let's do this thing.
It might, I think it's a little bit more comfortable for them too. I mean, you look at them; neither one of them have been resorting for the takedowns. They're both just swinging for the fences.
Well, and actually, it's not been too terribly bad technique-wise on their feet. Considering, again, these guys are both kind of ground guys. So far, not too bad
Nice
of stuff I've been watching here.
Oh no, definitely. It's looking sharp. They're punching, they're counter punching.
Oh, that spinning back kick! We taught Mikey that just last week. Josh Delmark tried to counter with a spinning back kick of his own. He just threw it to the wrong side. But, you got to set those kind of kicks up. Look at these guys. You mentioned earlier they're swinging for the fences, and they really are. There are bad intentions on these punches right
Nice. Threw that one from the barn.
Yeah, you felt the wind go by after that one. Putting combinations together is what I would suggest. Both these guys are throwing great 1s and 2s, but I'm not seeing many 3s and 4s.
Yeah, but hey, like you said, they're wrestlers, they're doing what's kind of comfortable for them.
Oh.
These ones and twos are landing pretty solid, Mike.
Phetvixay just closed his eyes and let that one launch, and it landed. So Delmark has a pretty good chin, though. It was tested right there, and he passed that test.
Oh, definitely. He comes out with a nice little looping 1-2 of his own and kind of connected. So.
If you notice in the background here, we're here at the Ultimate Combat Training Center due to circumstances unforeseen. We wound up doing a show here, and boy, the crowd is incredible here.
I can't believe the turnout, Mike. That I couldn't even see the back wall.
Yeah,
it was so packed. It was crazy.
Stuff here. Right there, Josh Delmark again throwing some nice shots, but he's got to follow him up because that's what will happen if you don't. If you leave yourself exposed, Phetvixay with a nice little counter shot.
Punch. Oh. That's a good setup with the head kick and then following up with a good punch.
I'm really surprised that. Wow,
nice.
There you go. Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm surprised this hasn't gone to the ground yet. And you saw right there, Phetvixay even was on the ground and it still didn't go to the ground.
Nice. Delmark trying to do a nice little spinneroonie.
Well, yeah.
I said trying.
Interesting. All right, first round's in the books, and that one is a coin toss, man. That was a lot of back and forth action, but I didn't really see anybody take charge in that round.
No, but it was still nice.
All right, well, it wasn't too bad. I mean, the action was there, and certainly we're going to have more action round 2 when we come back. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, boy, you saw a couple of little flies going at one another. Mike Phetvixay and Josh Delmark mixing it up in the flyweight division. And round number 1, Mullet, we both agreed that it was about as close as it could be.
Oh, yeah, it was back and forth all the way through. I love these flyweights, Mike. They come out here and they bang and they go the rounds.
You know what I liked out of these guys? We've seen a lot of variety of techniques they've thrown. We've seen spinning back fists or spinning back kicks and a lot of that.
Looping haymakers.
Yeah. The one criticism that we both had was that they've got to really put something a little more together in terms of like a complete sentence, and rather than just a couple of words.
Yeah, they throw the combos out. It's going to put a lot more pressure, and they're going to be able to do a lot more stuff. But these 1 and 2s, they're actually landing.
They're throwing that 1 and 2 with bad intentions. That right hand, both of them, they've just sent it flying, and so far only 1 or 2 of them have landed, and as a result, we got to. Like I said, they probably got to set them up a little better.
Yeah, but it still makes it fun to watch. Especially being here live like we are. It's just really cool to watch these guys. They just keep pounding on each other. It's really.
I'll tell you, you can kind of you get the sense that one of these guys is going to land one of those, and it's going to be devastating.
You're just hoping for that knockout, Mike.
Yeah. You mentioned the crowd is every time you see one of those shots get thrown, they get all excited, nervous because they know somebody's going to land. Finally, we've made it to the ground.
Yeah, and Phetvixay getting the takedown on it, and neither one of them looks uncomfortable here.
No, you're absolutely right. Great observation that both these guys seem comfortable on the ground. And I'm not a guy that complains about stand-up fighting. I'm a stand-up guy.
Right.
Maybe not such a stand-up guy, but
yeah, but you're fine standing up, right?
But they're on the ground now finally, and it's kind of maybe a little good change because we're seeing a lot of the same time and time again on the feet.
Definitely. And there's not as many 1s and 2s on the ground. You really can't complain about that. But
I'm surprised at how much hanging on I'm seeing out of Josh Delmark. He's not even trying to get out from underneath. He's just kind of head squeezing here.
Maybe he's hoping to stall it out so that way they get a forced stand-up.
Well, that's one approach.
It does happen, so.
I guess that's that 4 corners approach in basketball. Same thing, but you've got it. I think as a judge, I look for a guy who's trying to win a fight, not a guy who's trying to stall it.
Yeah. Definitely. Phetvixay doing a nice job of getting him out.
Well, that's one thing. When you just hang on to that head, you'll give up that position. And, great job. As soon as I say that, Delmark reverses him.
Yeah, he lets go of the head squeeze and starts transitioning.
Weird how that happens. And he's swinging for the fences still, and he pays for it right there, giving up position again.
And this is what I was talking about with these flyweights. They just keep going back and forth. As soon as one person got a dominant position, it's rolled around to something, a little somersault off of the ground. I mean, these guys are fun to watch, Mike.
It's acrobatic, if nothing else. Oh, that was a nice kick. It just landed on the side of the head of Mike Phetvixay.
Mikey Mike. You know, I got to say, I'm the biggest fan right now of this Phetvixay kid for nothing other than his eyes closed haymaker. That is awesome.
How do you know his eyes are closed?
Because you can see him.
Anyway. All right, well, here we go. Dave Selustad hasn't tackled or yelled at anybody in this fight. And I don't know what's going on with this guy.
I think, you know, all the action that these kids are throwing might have him a little timid.
Might just, yeah, he might be a little afraid of these guys. Maybe one of those big haymakers is going to land on him.
Yeah, you know, usually he gets in here and he throws these guys around that are this weight. But, you know, I think, you know,
Old Delmark's
I mean, he's
that's all I got to say.
Did you see Dave just run away from these guys?
Yeah, but Delmark's in slow motion, looking like molasses right here.
Well, you know, 2 rounds of going back and forth like they were, you know, fatigue starts to set in.
Delmark's in. Oh, well, he's starting to pay for that fatigue right now.
I think he just got woke up, Mike.
Delmark's in pretty good shape for a guy who smokes a pack a day.
Yeah, you couldn't tell seeing a fight. Oh, nice.
How about that last cigarette? He's regretting it right now.
Oh. See, this is fun stuff to watch. 1s and 2s, but look what they do.
Oh,
you know?
Oh, man.
And you can see Delmark, I don't know if he's just trying to get some breath into his mouth, you know, like that, or if he's actually smiling
You know
from
what
this
it is
fight.
about this? You see flashes of greatness out of both these guys. You see a bright future for both of them. Yeah, this being Phetvixay's very first fight, and Delmark's had less than 5. You know,
He's had a couple, but
you see where these guys could go, but then at the same time you're reminded of their novice status every now and then.
every once in a while, Mike. But you know, you see Delmark here at the gym every single time I come in here, you know.
I don't know when you come in then, because I never see the kid. I'm here every day.
Well, you know, when I'm supposed to be working, I tend to stop by the shop and see what's going on, and he's in here hitting bags and, you know, jump roping and stuff.
You are absolutely up in the night, man. This kid could use a little more training, but he doesn't do it like he ought to.
No, you know, he might not sit here and do the classes, but, you know, at least he's putting
Right now he just paid for not doing that class, because we went over that block just the other day.
Wow, that was a beautiful psych out by Phetvixay.
He's got a great chin, old Delmark does, though.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's all that smooching he's been doing. Who knows?
You know, you talk about guys that commit to the takedown. You know, he was in that one so hard that he did a front flip.
Yeah. Well, you know, what's that? What exactly
was he just
that?
punching the taint there, Mike?
Punched him right in his taint. Oh. You know what's funny is I heard his corner say punch him in the butt. And he did. He's still doing it.
You know, that is not very comfortable. You know, I'm married. My wife, she does that to me.
I'm just telling you right now, butt punching is rude.
Well, you know, not a lot of guys like it, so, you know, it tends to help open them up for something else.
Some guys do like it, though.
Phetvixay, you know, this whole fight, he's been standing up, and it looks like just in this last round, he's been resorting to the takedown.
You get tired, and it's time to lay down on the ground a little bit. Let me punch you in the butt a little more.
Fatigue makes you resort to what's natural.
And punching in the butt is what's natural. So.
Nice, Mike.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, man, great fight. These guys came out and laid it out there. It was fun. If nothing else, it was entertaining.
These guys aren't taking anything home with them. They left it all in the cage, Mike.
They did leave it all. They did butt punching and everything.
Butt punching, somersaults, and haymakers. This has been a fun fight to watch.
Delmark's going to give his 2 front teeth to win this fight.
Number 2, Salvador, 28-29. And judge number 3, Salvador, 27-30 for a unanimous decision. And I don't know what color is going to get. Oh, he's fighting out of that. Oh, that corner.
Wow, Mike Phetvixay, his first visit to the cage is a successful one, but I tell you what, I guarantee both these guys are going to be sore tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Mike. And you know what? I'm glad I'm not a judge for a fight like that.
Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
Listen, you gave it your all, man. You was out there. You guys were battling back and forth all 3 rounds. What did you do to prepare for this fight, Josh?
Nothing.
Okay, all righty. Hey, how about who do you got to thank out here, Josh?
All my friends and family that came out to see me. My grandma just passed away, so I was thinking about her. And my girlfriend, Amanda, she's wonderful. Laura and Tony Seiki, Crush Video, Ultimate Combat, Mike Stidham, and everybody that's involved with me. Cole Rose, Jeff Nielsen, all those guys.
All right, hey, there you have it. And I hate to be cliche and I hate to say it, baby, but not only did you show up in the ring a couple teeth short of a smile, but you're leaving shorter than a midget in quicksand, baby. We'll see you again.
Are you Army strong? Find out what it takes to be a soldier in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com.
All right, talk about Clash of the Tiny Titans. Mike, that was an awesome fight. You guys were back and forth, banging like a couple big guys, man. You got some heavy hands. What do you want to say about that fight?
I don't know. It was fun. It's my first fight. I'm usually a wrestler, but I want to try to win it on my feet.
You're usually a wrestler.
Yeah, but I'm Thai, so it's in my blood.
Hey, way to represent, man. Way to represent. All right, man. You got anybody you want to thank tonight?
Sorry, my bad. Combat Cartel, the UCTC, everybody that's helped me. Samson, Sugarloaf, Daniel, Mike, Scotty, everybody sparring with me and everything.
All right, man. You coming back in?
I'm going on a mission, but I'll be back.
All right, there you go. Give it up for Mikey Mike.
Oh boy, that one did not disappoint. That's one of the best fights we've seen all year.
Oh, that was amazing. That was just back and forth battling action.
Somersaults and kicks. Oh man, that was awesome. How are we gonna top it?
I don't know. Hopefully the next fight we'll be able to top it, but that was just impressive.
Well, stick around, we'll see. In your lightweight division, we've got a couple guys we've seen before, Mullet. They have to wait a little while to fight between their bouts because they're youngsters. They're here in the UCE Junior. What do you know about these guys?
Well, I know we got a young, tough kid named Robert McCollum training out of Team Unbreakable, and he's going to go up against, what's his name again?
Austin Hardman. It's been a while since we've seen him, so I understand why you forgot. Maybe you'll remember him after this one. Lightweight Knowles Bart, check it out. Well, you must have been slugged in the head a lot when you were younger, man. You're a little bit forgetful today.
Well, between getting hit in the head by my brother, you know, coming here to the gym, getting punched around by you, and eating paint chips a lot growing up, you know, you forget things, Mike. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what, the paint chips will do it every time. The Pitbull, Robert McCollum, coming up. He's down there with the Team Unbreakable guys.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. You know, they don't call him the Pitbull for nothing. This guy comes in and he goes at it every single time.
He's going up against another pretty tough-looking kid, old Austin Hardman. Hard luck, they call him, but I can see right here that he's got a close personal relationship with
his tattoo artist. He looks like he definitely gets more ink than he might get training, but this Austin Hardman, he's, you know, training out of the Throwdown gym. It's a tough little kid himself, you know. Look, he just can't get as many fights.
On paper, I think this is a great matchup. These guys, you know, and I've seen them fight before, and I think this could go either way, but it's one of those fights that could go either way.
Would it not be too decisive there, Mike?
Well, yeah, well, I mean, it wouldn't be surprising me to see this thing go 3 or get over in 1, but it's either guy could win this.
Yeah, definitely, Mike. You know, both of them, you know, tying up, scrambling. Don't look to be too pressured in a pressured position, you know?
Yeah, you know, and you can see right off the bat, they're very, very physically similar. They're both built about the same other than the tattoos.
You see Hardman, you know, they're just sitting there. Doesn't really matter what's going on. He's looking over at his corner, seeing what they're telling him.
Well, he's,
you know, he's very composed.
Yeah, doing a good job here.
He might want to turn off of the cage, you know, if he's going to try for anything, get more leverage that way, even work for a takedown.
You know, I'll tell you what, these Team Unbreakable guys, though, they always listen to their corner. They do a great job of listening into what their coach Aaron has to say, and looks right here, that paid off. Oh, man.
Nice.
I hate those things. I hate guillotine chokes. Gotta outlaw 'em.
Yeah, they're not exactly the best finish. You know, they're really what was the word you like to use every time I won with one?
They suck.
They suck. Yes. I think you were saying anticlimactic, but you know, it's
anticlimactic. But Robert McCollum came in here and did what he had to do to go away with the win tonight, and you can't take that away from the kid.
Oh no, you can't take anything away from this kid. A win is a win. We just like to see a better win, but you know,
okay,
outstanding showing.
The Pitbull will be back, though. I assure
definitely.
Great Clips is home of the $10 haircut. Also pick up $10 UCE tickets only at participating locations.
I'm sitting here with the Pitbull. He got the guillotine choke. Hey, that was a lovely choke, man. He gave you your head and you seized the opportunity, baby. What's next for you after this?
Win fights.
More fights. You're from Team Unbreakable. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to have your hands full this year because there's a lot of newcomers out here hunting for you guys because you guys been victorious so far. I mean, what's on the agenda? Who do you got to thank? What have you been doing to get prepared for this fight?
I need to thank all my sponsors, Solid Rock, Payson Chronicle, the Hunan City, it's the best Chinese food place in Payson. Rancherito, check them out, it's the best Mexican food. And Sequoia Motorsports, Brent and Justin, they've been with us for a long time.
That's more than a mouthful right there. Robert McCollum, ladies and gentlemen, the Pitbull with the
I need to thank the main man right here, my coach and trainer, Aaron Garcia. If it wasn't for him, it wouldn't happen.
You heard it first right there, folks.
In your lightweight division, got a couple guys coming out here that, man, oh man, they look a little surly backstage. And one of the guys, first-timer from Team Unbreakable, Charlie Nybo, who's he fighting?
He's going up against another first-timer, a guy named Daniel Damn Good. He's coming out here first time, looking to get something.
These guys are walking around with scowls on their face all day long. These guys are ready to rock and roll. Lightweight, no holds barred. Check it out.
Well, you know, this is another one of those fights that these guys are very similarly built and, you know, very similar in terms of their MMA experience, although Coach Aaron tells me this kid, Charlie Nybo, is a little bit green, but he's a pretty tough kid in the room.
You know, and I have no doubt about it. Like you said before, Unbreakable, you know, these guys, they go through the ringers in the gym just to even get down here.
Absolutely. 6'1" at 155 is Charlie Nybo. Now, his opponent a little bit shorter. They call him Damn Good, but my understanding is this kid is a damn good wrestler from the Tooele area.
Yeah, you know, he grew up wrestling. I actually went to school with his sister before they moved out to Tooele. You know, he was a little wrestler, and from what she was telling me before his fight, he actually trained to get ready for this one in his basement. You know, just hitting the bag and
wrestling himself.
I
used to do that in the basement when I was young as well.
Yeah, I didn't tell everybody about it when I did it, though.
No. You see right here, he's given up a bit of a reach disadvantage here, but
he seems to be the stockier one of the two.
Compact wrestlers usually do well in this show.
Yeah, definitely, Mike. You know, they're both being nice.
Wow. Well, you see right there
nice
that wrestler is pretty good at takedowns.
You know, he just stepped in with a kick and then tied up, scooped him up and slammed him down. That was nice.
This is a good-looking kid, this Daniel Good. We haven't seen him before, but I'm hoping we see him more.
Oh, definitely, Mike. You know, his nickname's not lying right now. He's transitioning. He's staying really composed. You know, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of this kid.
Good stuff right here. Charlie Nybo's got his hands full. You know, but again, it's not like this is the first time he's probably been in that situation. Does a nice job of getting out.
Yep, nice little stand-up. Just go back to what you might be better at.
He looks a little flustered, though. He looks like, man, you know what? I was just in the trenches with the devil, and I don't want to go back there.
You know, his composure, he looks like he might be more of a stand-up fighter. You know, he's setting up some nice little jabs.
I don't know. His feet are crossing a lot. His feet are too close together a lot. He's got a little bit. Oh, his feet are up in the air right now. He is out cold.
That was a beautiful right.
His eyes are open. He's somewhere else.
Yeah, he's not amongst the living right now. He's just la la land.
Goodness gracious, waving it off. His name's smiling. I've been
he's
there,
happy
brother.
about the knockout. You know?
I'll tell Charlie Nybo, I've been there, my man. I know exactly what you're feeling. But damn. Daniel Good is pretty good.
Yeah, he's living up to his name. But, you know, Charlie Nybo, he's not upset about the knockout. You know, hope to see both of these guys back here.
Skull Candy, the official headphones of the UCE. Check out their complete line of headphones and accessories at skullcandy.com.
All right, Daniel Damn Good. All right, man, you come out tonight, you get a heavy takedown, you drop that right hand and knocked him out, man. How'd you feel about that fight?
It was good. It was fun. I just want to thank him for coming out and fighting. That's it.
All right, you gonna be back in here, man?
Yes, for sure.
All right, definitely. It's gonna be good to see you around, man. Do you have anybody you want to thank for tonight's fight?
Yeah, Mario's Tires for sponsor. all my sparring partners, and Gary Kaufman.
All right, there you go.
In your light heavyweight division, we got another one of the Team Unbreakable guys coming out here. Damian Nilsson, one of the leaders of that group. Who's he going up against tonight?
He's going up against a nice little tough kid, you know, named Ed Whitmore. Tough kid, looks like he's in pretty good shape. Should be a good fight, Mike.
Lots of muscles in this one. Light heavyweight and holds bar. Check it out.
Damian Nilsson is a big, strong, physical kid. He scares me, this guy.
I wouldn't want to run into him in a dark alley.
Well, he's so amiable. He's a nice kid, but he's just so big and physical that, yeah.
If he puts on his mean face, it's scary.
I wouldn't want to run into him in a cage, that's for sure. 5'10", 205 is Mr. Nelson, coming down from Mona, Utah. Now, Edward Whitmore's a pretty physical kid himself, but he's much more of a somber kid.
He's very soft-spoken. You know, talked to this guy before the fight, during the weigh-ins and everything, actually. He was saying he doesn't have any formal training. He just fights all the time, and he wanted to get in the cage and see if he could mix it.
There you go, 5'11", 200 pounds. You know, these guys are like staring at each other in the mirror right there. They're both big physical kids, but Damian Nelson, the word on him is that he just is a beast in the room. He takes care of business in training and in the ring.
You know, I would like to see what happens here. These both really solid kids and just coming out.
They're coming out and getting after it. I'll tell you what, right there, maybe a couple shots that were from standing maybe shouldn't have. Oh, man, those were some heavy shots right
Punisher's taking some punishment, but, I mean, look, he just keeps fighting back.
Wow, look at this guy, man. He is on a tear.
You know, and this is something you don't see from guys in this weight class too often.
Oh,
most of the time, these guys come out, you know, in this weight class, and they're timid.
Wow, that's it right there. Wow.
Wow.
You know, I tell you what, that was like a snowball that just kept gaining momentum as it was going.
That was beautiful. You know, in that last punch, I guess Whitmore just had enough, but, oh, man.
Whitmore's a tough kid, too. He's a tough kid, but that was a demolition right there by Damian
Two
Nelson.
gorillas fighting over a banana, Mike. That was intense.
All right, well, the Hunter is hunting no more bananas today. He got his full take. Damian Nelson, very good-looking performance tonight, and wow, this kid's got a great upside. Find top name brand clothing at unspeakable prices at Big Rod Clothing. Mention UCE and save 10%.
Listen, Damian, you got a lot of fans out here that came to see you. Come over here, open up a can of whoop something. Look, hey, you did it in the best fashion possible, quick, stunning. What do you got to say for yourself? Where did all that fury come from? Because I ain't seen that all night.
Well, my last fight, I broke my hand and I haven't been able to fight for a while. I've been training real hard, and I guess that's where it came from.
So it's kind of just been itching at you for a while. You just wanted to punch somebody.
It's been building up, yeah.
Okay, where do we go from here?
Well, we just keep training and keep fighting, I guess.
Anyone you'd like to thank for this little soiree you just put on in here?
There's a lot of people I'd like to thank. First of all, my wife. She lets us train at my house, and we really appreciate it. Also, all of our sponsors, Sequoia Motors, Brent and Justin, Hunan City, the Payson Chronicle, the Comfort Inn, Rancherito. All of our sponsors hook us up, and we really appreciate it.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Hunter, give it up for this guy.
Holy man. Damian Nilsson, that guy's an animal.
That was sick. I mean, he was throwing him around like a rag doll, Mike. What the? That was crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ed Whitmore's a tough kid, too. That tells you a lot about where this Damian Nilsson kid is headed. I cannot wait to see what's in store for him. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around. In your middleweight division, got a kid we've seen a little bit before, Mario Ortega, training right here at the Ultimate Combat Training Center. Who's he going up against?
He's going up a tough-looking kid named Todd Powell.
Todd Powell's got the height, reach, physicality advantage, but Mario Ortega, he's a scrapper. Middleweight, no holds barred. Check it out.
It's a little unnerving when you look across the cage. You see a guy much taller, much stronger, much more physical than you, but Mario Ortega, he's not afraid. He's not scared. Double D, or T.O. double D, Todd Powell.
Well, and he should be. You know, he's coming out here with a mohawk, Mike. And, you know, it doesn't matter how big a guy is. If you're going up against a guy with a mohawk, that's instant credibility.
I don't know, man. An Abe Lincoln beard checks a mohawk any day of the week.
All right, this is true. But, you know, mohawk's right in there at a close second behind the bandana.
Oh, bandana and tap-out shorts.
There you go. There you go.
We'll see, we say right here, Mario Ortega's 5'8", 185. That might be at a little bit of an exaggeration. Maybe with the mohawk, he's 5'8". But you see right there, a much, much taller Todd Powell.
You know, I don't really think that the height's going to be much of an advantage for this guy. You know, Mario Ortega, he's a tough kid. He comes in and he's scrappy.
It's a perfect word for him because he is a scrappy kid. And he's climbed bigger mountains, he says. You know, I've been in there. I'll do it.
You know, like you can see that the size advantage not doing much. You know, Mario eats a few punches, but he comes in.
I disagree. That size advantage has paid off so far, where Todd Powell's landed 3 or 4 pretty good shots from the outside. Mario Ortega has to eat them just to get inside.
You know, and that's what I'm getting at is he's eating them, and it doesn't. Oh well,
he ate a big one right there.
And I just ate my foot, but
yeah, he sure did. You see, Todd Powell doesn't really have a whole lot of ground experience, not getting his hooks in, but that was a big enough shot that you can take your time getting your hooks in.
Well, yeah, as you speak, Mike, you start saying something, and all of a sudden the guys start doing it.
Well, you know, and there he's just jackhammering away. I think Mario Ortega got stung pretty good there, and he's got a little bit to try to come back from that.
Yeah, you know, and sometimes it's really hard to gain your composure after a good shot like that, and someone starts putting on any kind of pressure. It starts getting really frustrating.
Well,
your composure's
Todd Powell's getting
pretty
a little
far
high.
away.
Well, now he just flattened him out. I was going to say, he's getting a little. Every time we say something here, something else happens.
You know, it's crazy. It's almost like you're cornering these guys, Mike.
Well, Todd Powell's got Mario Ortega in a really bad position here, and we haven't seen a whole lot out of Mario since he got underneath there. I think he's probably still feeling a bit of an effect from that shot. It was a pretty good blow, and Mario really hasn't done a lot to get out from underneath.
No, he's been sticking to the cover up and curl technique, Mike. You know, but you know,
we've seen our Mario fight before. That's not his thing.
No, but
that thing's on pretty tight right there.
I do not want to be Mario right now.
Mario. Wow, he was doomed from the beginning, it seemed. He came out and gave it a valiant effort, but he got stung and just couldn't come back from it.
You know, and I can't take anything away from Mario. He's a tough kid. Just wasn't, you know, normal Mario fashion tonight.
You can't take anything away from Mario. You got to give all accolades to T.O. Double D, Todd Powell. Very impressive performance. Feels pretty good about it, as well he should.
It was very, very good.
Find top name brand clothing at unspeakable prices at Big Rod Clothing. Mention UCE and save 10%.
Todd Powell, ladies and gentlemen, T.O. Double D. You better call him T.O. Double W for winner tonight. Am I right?
Yeah, dog. That's right, man.
Listen, what did you do to get prepared to do what you had to do tonight?
Just training hard every day, in and out. Working out every day with my coach. Training me well. It's good stuff.
Who is this coach you speak of?
He's my wrestling coach, Coach Moore. He let me use his facilities. He's an awesome guy.
In the featherweight division, got a couple guys we've not seen in the cage before, but we've heard a little bit about these guys.
We got DJ Vinsant coming out of LA Boxing down there in Utah County. From what we hear, he's a really, really tough kid. So, you know, I'm kind of excited to see what he's got.
Well, all those guys coming up from that gym have done very well in the cage here. They're very technical guys, but Chance Lucero, training right here at the Ultimate Combat Training Center. I've been keeping my eye on him a little bit. Very technical himself. So this ought to be a lot of fun. Featherweight and holds bar, check it out.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about the LA Boxing Gym in Utah County. They've been just a great group of guys to work with, and they're sending up some studs. And my understanding is the flying assassin here, DJ Vinsant, fits that mold.
Fits that mold. Yeah, definitely, Mike. He's a tough kid, 5'9", 138 pounds. Like you're saying, coming out of LA Boxing, they are a solid camp.
Yeah,
and they always send up really good guys, so.
Yeah, it's always, again, it's a pleasure to work with managers that are just good guys, and these guys are. But this guy's got a pretty good group of guys he's training with as well. Chance Lucero over there at the Ultimate Combat Training Center, the Combat Cartel Fight Team. They call themselves Corpsorella.
Corpsorella. I think that's like the zombie thing. I'm not really sure what he's getting at with it, but you know, hey,
all right,
I'm the mullet. Don't know what that means either. So
mullet with a shaved head.
There you go.
All right, both these guys very physically similar. Once again, very thin built, and well, they see right there the LA Boxing guys. They do a little Muay Thai down there.
Coming out with a nice looking head kick, didn't land, but it still looked really pretty.
Beautiful. Give it an 8.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, now that's the bad thing. You missed your kick, but the good thing, you know, you got
transition.
run up in full mount position, and this is way early in the fight to be in that spot. Well, Chance did a good job of getting out of there, though.
Definitely. These guys are fun to watch, too. You know, I like it when these guys come out here with the fire and the grit. You know, they come out and they got the energy, they got the determination, and they're both...
Uh-oh, they both got a little ground experience, too. See right here, looks like an attempted triangle, maybe an arm bar coming up.
It looks like Lucero's doing the right thing. He's trapping that arm with his knee and trying to keep him from being able to isolate anything.
Well, there's the armbar attempt, and Lucero does a good job of getting out of it. Now he's trying to squeeze the head right off the shoulders of his opponent.
Arm and shoulders, you know, they're not so effective, you know, unless you got that arm trapped underneath the throat there. But when it's behind your back, you're not really going to get that choke on as tight as you want to.
Listen, Mr. Technical Jiu Jitsu, this is UCE Junior. These guys are youngsters. They win on enthusiasm and energy and all that
piss
stuff.
And vinegar and all that good stuff, right?
Well, and triangle chokes.
Apparently.
Piss, vinegar, and triangle chokes is what you see a lot of right here. And we're seeing a nice one put on by Chance Lucero.
He's doing a pretty good job. You know, just got to grab the head, arch his hips, and pull down.
Well, maybe not.
DJ Vinsant is a tough kid.
Yeah, he's battling this thing, but it's getting tighter and tighter.
And
those
there's
punches
the tap,
turn into taps right there.
He wound up for a big tap.
Yeah, well, Chance Lucero's pretty happy about that. That was pretty
was
impressive.
A good fight.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of back and forth at first, you know, transitions. It was great.
DJ Vinsant had Chance Lucero in trouble to begin with, and Chance did a good job of kind of weathering the storm, getting out of it, and then turning fortunes around, coming away with a big triangle choke victory tonight.
That was good job. Way to go, Chance. But hey, DJ, you know, keep it up. Get back in here, man. You guys are awesome.
Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
All right, I'm standing here with Chance. You got no chance. Hey, man, that was a great fight. You come out here, you guys are banging back and forth. You get them in a triangle, man. How you feel about the fight?
Good. I'd like to thank all the sponsors, Combat Cartel, Mike for this gym, all the coaches at this gym, friends and family.
All right, well, there you go, man. You gonna be back in here anytime soon?
For sure.
All right, stick around.
That was exactly the fight we thought it was going to be, a very technical battle, but Chance coming out on top.
Yeah, Chance, you know, he pulled off a really nice triangle. You know, I kind of thought DJ was going to do a lot better at the beginning of this fight. And then...
Learn that from me, my man. Absolutely not. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. In your main event, got a couple of guys coming out here that I know you know a little bit about one of them.
We got the gangster, Jorge Molina, training out of Team Unbreakable. This guy is tough. He fought a couple weeks ago. Dude is slick.
You know what he does? He knocks people out, but he's going up against Lorenzo Herrera, and you know what Lorenzo Herrera does? He knocks people out. This is going to be a lot of fun at your main event. Check it out.
Well, my last fight was my first fight, and I trained really hard for it, just like I did for this next fight. And everything turned out in my favor, you know, my speed and my accuracy of my hands just did away with my opponent. And he was a tough guy, but, you know, I ended up being tougher because I won.
My last fight, there's not a lot of preparation for the guy that I fought. I mean, to find out afterwards, he was brown belt in jiu-jitsu, been training for 6 years. Awesome kid, awesome on the ground, all the way around, just a good guy. But, you know, he outmanned me on the ground. Just real slippery, good jiu-jitsu, and he caught me in an armbar. I felt real confident about the fight. You know, I got some good punches in, felt pretty dominant, even though I wasn't his guard most of the time. But I thought it was a good fight all the way around. Learned a lot from that one.
Well, I train in mixed martial arts, which in my training camp, it consists of Muay Thai, Jiu Jitsu, and boxing. And I've been doing a lot of that, especially Jiu Jitsu and Muay Thai.
I don't really know anything about my opponent. I just found out on Monday who I'm fighting. His name is Jorge Molina. I heard he's pretty good, real fast, wild guy. Obviously they never give me an easy fight here, so I definitely plan on seeing some blood in this one. Much respect. Any fighter that gets in this cage, definitely give him a lot of respect, because it takes a lot of guts to get in there.
Well, I know he's got a little more cage experience than I do, and I know he fights for the UCTC, and I know he's a tough kid. He took this fight on short notice, so that tells me that he's pretty much prepared.
No, just looking for a good fight, man. I want to keep it a high intense, quick fight, which I think this one is going to be. So, yeah, I'm coming to win though.
I would like to thank all my sponsors, especially Justin and Brad from Sequoia Motorsports in Salem. And I want to thank my wife for supporting me and giving me all the time that I need to do my training, because it does take a lot of my time. And I want to thank my trainer, Aaron Garcia, and Damian Nielsen, and that's about it.
Yeah, definitely all my family, all my friends, Ultimate Combat Training Center, my wife, Carly Herrera, for, she's basically my sponsor right now. She's watching the kids. So, yeah, definitely lots of family, lots of friends.
Hey, man, that was good stuff right there. You get a chance to see a little bit on the inside of both these guys, and I've gotten to know both these guys a little bit as well, and their families. Jorge Molina comes from a really good group of guys, and he's a lot of fun to have in the show.
Yeah, Molina, he's a tough kid. Every time he comes in here, he makes a hell of a showing. 6 foot tall, 150 pounds, team unbreakable. And, again with the bandana, I think he might actually prove the street cred of the bandana tonight.
All right, well, Lorenzo Loco Herrera, he's a kid that I've known for a little bit now, and man, I really like this kid. He's got a lot of potential in this game, but just a good kid as well.
Yeah, he's giving up a little bit of a reach advantage, 5'6", 155 pounds, but like you're saying, he's a great kid inside and outside of the cage. He's just a really good guy. So
you know what though, Lorenzo's not afraid of giving up a little reach advantage. He's done that all his life, and he's fared pretty well.
Yeah,
Well, did not fare so well right there.
No.
He got stung.
Oh, the gangster.
Well, they're going to stop it. Lorenzo's a little woozy. Might have been a little quick stoppage, but certainly can't complain about it, because Lorenzo was rocked pretty good.
Yeah, that was a really quick fight. I actually thought Lorenzo was going to do a lot better than that. But you land a good one. You land a good one.
That's what I like about the gangster Jorge Molina, though. He's a crowd pleaser. He loves to play to the crowd, and when he comes in here, he really gets people excited. That was a nice little uppercut.
That was beautiful, and it just landed perfect shot right there on the temple and just rocked him.
Yeah, that's not much of a main event, considering the fights tonight were fantastic. But, Jorge Molina shows, again, why he's a guy that you really want to keep your eye on.
Definitely, Mike, definitely.
Skull Candy, the official headphones of the UCE. Check out their complete line of headphones and accessories at skullcandy.com.
All right, man, you get in here against the gangster. He dropped you with a good punch. You started feeling around like a blind man in an orgy, man. What happened?
No, he did hit me pretty good, man. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground, and that was it. So, it was a good stop. He got me good. It's got a powerful punch. I didn't stick to my game plan. I wanted to take him down, because I knew he's a lot taller than me. His pinky's taller than me, So, but good fighter, I don't want to take anything away from him.
All right, man, you gonna come back and do it again?
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. I want to try to get back some of my losses. Gonna re-challenge the first guy that I fought, because I came out like 2 weeks and fought him, went to decision. So I'm gonna train, take a couple weeks off, about 6 weeks, and train hard. And yeah, I'm coming back here.
All right, man. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, all my family, man. My wife, Carly Herrera, my sisters, my brothers, uncles, and all of my friends that come out to support me, man.
All right, man. Tonight you were good, but just not good enough. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, next time, man.
Are you Army strong? Find out what it takes to be a soldier in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com.
The gangster Jorge Molina, victorious once again. Hey, Jorge, this is the second time I interview you. This is the second time you won. You are quickly becoming one of my favorite fighters in the UCE today. What do you got to say for yourself, brother?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank God for this victory, for keeping me strong and keeping me focused and not making any mistakes. I want to thank my trainer, Aaron Garcia, because he's a badass trainer. He pushes us real hard. I want to thank also all my sponsors, especially Brent and Justin from Sequoia Motorsports in Salem. And that's about it, you know?
Give us one of them calls like you did last time.
Hey, come on. ¿Dónde están todos los mexicanos? Que se oiga machín, compa, ya saben. Aquí estoy para toda la comunidad hispana representando siempre. And I also want to give a shout out to my wife Emily at home and my 2 little boys that I love a lot, Alex and Daniel.
We pretty much knew somebody was getting knocked out right there, but this time it happened to be Lorenzo Herrera on the receiving end of a big knockout punch. Jorge Molina, what a stud this kid is.
Oh man, they don't call him the gangster for nothing. He goes out and he takes care of business. That guy is tough.
Speaking of which, they don't call Team Unbreakable for nothing as well. Those guys came in and they showed their stuff tonight.
Yeah, you know, every single time these guys come up, they put on one hell of a performance, and you know, I look forward to seeing what they come up next time.
It's always great having those guys come up here because, when, as you said, and they bring a great crowd as well. The energy in here is awesome when they come. But now, look, we've got more fist fights set up for next week. Mullet, I know you're going to be back, right?
Oh, I'm going to be here every single week, Mike. I live here. This is great.
Stalker, man. Mullet's a stalker. All right, well, hopefully you join us as well. We'll see you next week on the Ultimate Combat Experience.